Well, how am I drinking this without
How are you drinking that without not even drinking and talking? Wow. You ever see people in movies and they're just like driving and talking and they're like clearly not driving, you can tell they're being towed? They found out recently James Corden does like karaoke carpool. People have taken pictures, like saw it go by and they're actually being towed, and it kind of like destroyed the whole illusion.
Wow.
Why does James Corden keep trying to fucking do voice acting? He's in Peter Rabbit, he's in Cats. I guess he's acting in Cats. I don't know. Every time I hear James Corden, I'm just like, yeah. I just picture a talk show host and not an act. I don't know. It's like if I saw Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel, I just couldn't take him seriously. It's like, whatever. Yeah. I don't know. Go back to doing talk shows, James. What are you doing? Hey, guys, welcome to another episode of the James and Brady Nitro freaking whatever we're calling it podcast. This month, we got a great show for you. We have Green Day, we got The Killers, and we have a special guest from Milton Bradley himself. Is Milton Bradley a person?
Was a person, probably.
But is it like Hanna-Barbera, where that's two people's last names together? Is Milton and Bradley two last names together? I don't know. These are the pressing questions that we need to know. Are you going to look that up?
Of course I'm going to look it up. You got me questioning things.
Well, how have you been this past month, Brady?
I've been good. I've been playing Dragon Quest Builders all the time.
Oh, you've got back into that?
Yeah.
Because you were playing that a while ago.
Yeah, and then I realized, I was like, I haven't played this in a while, so... Yeah. Milton Bradley, he was a person.
So it was a guy named Milton Bradley. It wasn't two people named something Milton and stuff. Yeah. Okay, interesting.
Because there was a Milton Bradley for American business.
That would be the company guy, yeah.
Milton Bradley for American baseball.
That's different. Yeah, so. I feel like every time, not every time, but like
getting into baseball.
I feel like 20% of the time I Google a famous guy's name and it's like you could mean two people, the guy you mean or someone that plays sports. There's a lot of random sports players, like whether it's hockey players or football, anything that just have, because there's so many of them. There's a couple of people with common names that are out there. Yeah. But that's not what this podcast is about. Today we're talking video games. We're talking. What'd you do today, Brady? Let's talk about that.
I woke up and I went, shit, it's Wednesday. I gotta film the podcast.
I went the same way. I woke up. I had a shower, I get out of the shower, and I get a message from him. He's like, hey, should I head over just now? And I'm like, oh shit, it's Wednesday, we're doing the podcast. Yeah. I completely forgot, because I was going to start working on Frogger 2 today, but I guess I'll start that tomorrow. Yeah. With that said, I guess we'll just go right into Nitro Rad. I've been playing the Frogger series lately, because last podcast I busted out all the games. I didn't have them all last time. I do have them all now. I got them all in. I got the DS version, Helmet Chaos, I got Beyond, and one of the Game Boy Advance games. Those are like the three missing, and I have all of them now. So I'm going to be covering all of the Game Boy Advance games. And you know how I'm going to do that now?
How are you going to do that, James?
Because I purchased a DS capture card. Let me find it. It's in this little case here. I've been wanting one of these for so long, since I got the 3DS one, because the 3DS, it can capture DS games, 3DS games, but I can't capture Game Boy Advance games.
That's right.
And I would use the Game Boy player, but the thing is, GameCube component cables are so expensive. I've never been able to get them, and you can only do S-Video, and every time I do Game Boy Advance footage, it just looks bad. Like when we did the Drake and Josh Game Boy Advance game, it looked bad. Or like when I got footage of the Game Boy Advance stuff for Billy Hatcher, it didn't look good, and I kind of cheated it a little bit by showing a Game Boy Advance and shrinking the footage down so you can notice. When you shrink it down, you can't notice as bad. But now I got a DS capture card, and I can capture it in the crisp original resolution. Wow. It's an OG DS, and notice there's just a port on the back that's normally not there. You actually can't fit the stylus in there because the pieces they moved around.
Still, I mean that's incredible. Yeah. Like, I always liked the original design.
Me too.
DS,
and
I'm not gonna lie.
My old one broke, and I actually remember I ripped it in half in the
Mario, it was already broken. Right?
64 DS video. It was already broken, but it's. Oh my god, it's really nostalgic to me having one of these again, that functioning. Yeah. Because this is what I I grew up with the DS. Yeah. The DS came out in 2004? Yeah. I was in 4th grade, so all through my later elementary and early middle school years, I was addicted to the DS.
Yeah.
It was mostly Nintendogs and Animal Crossing, and it's like having this thing in my hand. It's like, oh, it just takes me back like 10 years ago.
See, the thing is, I didn't get to grow up on this one. I grew up on the DS Lite.
Yeah.
And like all my friends had the OG DS. And
all my friends had the OG
I thought it was
too.
much cooler.
Yeah.
Because like it was the size of a Game Boy SP, like spaced out twice, and I was like, it's just cool.
It's because you remember it being so bulky, and it is kind of bulky, and it's not practical, but something about it just, it feels comfortable, it's big, it's round, it's like, you just gotta be really careful with it because these hinges break, so I'm gonna be really careful with this capture card. But yeah, and it works the same way as the 3DS one. You just boot up the software and you plug it in, and then the picture just shows up, and I can record it with
Nintendo. Make your Switches look like that nowadays.
Yeah, what like big bulky.
Just make it look
looking.
like a big bulky.
You're like Nintendo Switch 2005 edition. It's just like this.
What I find funny though is like when the like rumors of like the next DS system came out. They were these like really sleek looking futuristic things.
Yeah, the fan made ones.
Yeah, like the fan made ones, and they would usually add like either one thing or change the design completely in like Photoshop, right?
Yeah.
The latest and the final 2DS XL in the family of 3DSs looks like one of those fan made designs, and I'm like it took them from like 2012 or 11 all the way up till now to finally get like a fan-made design.
Yeah,
like, they're cool.
Interesting. Yeah,
I think they're nice.
It's so interesting how back then like things. The fan-made interpretations always envision things as sleek, and when you're thinking like, back before PS3 was a thing, you'd see the fan-made PS3, this is what it's going to look like, and it's always slim and sleek, but it was always a little bulkier than that.
Yeah.
And I think it's, a part of it was because, like, at the time, we just couldn't shrink technology as well, maybe. And then once they reiterate on it, then they can condense it and get those sleeker designs. That might be part of it. I mean, again, I don't know how this shit works.
Because, like, you'll start off with the starting product, realize you could probably make it smaller, work with it a little bit, and then bam, you got a slim.
Yeah, they did the same thing with the PSP. They reiterated. Remember that first PSP is a little chunkier. I had the PSP 3000 when I got one, so mine was sleeker and slimmer and a little nicer, a little more portable.
Yeah,
like
they did the same thing with the Vitas as well.
Did they?
They made them a little bit sleeker.
I didn't know they made a Vita slim.
I have like one of the bulky fat ones because they're a little bit better, I find.
Yeah.
But mine's also one of those like Roger like phone ones that you put a SIM card.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have one.
You
of
have
those
one
ones.
of the 3G models.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I got that for $100 with Persona, and like I was like,
not bad.
Yeah, it was a good find. Came with a case and everything.
I really got to get a PlayStation TV in case because I don't care as much about owning portable consoles as much as I care about owning everything that I'll ever need to maybe record something off of.
Yeah.
So if I ever need footage of a Vita game, you can get the PlayStation TV. Yeah. So that's what I'd like to own. I don't know if there's anything on the Vita I'd ever want to talk about other than that Silent Hill game maybe someday, but it's something I should get down the road. But yeah, I'm really pumped that I can finally get good quality footage of Game Boy Advance games. Now, I can do that for everything Nintendo except the NES. I don't have a good way of capturing high quality footage from an NES. But like, a lot of those games that I care about have been re-released on HD. Yeah. Like, if I ever want to re-review Star Tropics, I'll just play it on the Switch. Yeah. Same with all the Mega Man games, the Mega Man footage, get them in the collections. Yeah. Mario 1, 2, and 3 on the Switch, you know. The essentials are there. So that stuff I can kind of work around sometimes. Yeah. I don't know if I'll ever really just review NES games other than Star Tropics. I think there are some NES games I'd like to review. I mean, I want to re-review Star Tropics sometime. But usually when I mention an NES game, if it's on camera for or it's on screen for 2 seconds, because, you know, I always play everything on the original hardware because I just like it. It's most accurate, and I find it looks the best, and it feels like I feel there's more legitimacy coming from people that actually have the products and have dived into it in its, you know, original intended way. Yeah. But if I'm just mentioning like another game, like it's just like a Mario 1 when you do this, it will, or let's not say Mario 1, let's just say an NES game that I mentioned or a Super Nintendo game I mentioned that I don't have or have a way to record it, I'll just emulate it. Yeah. If it's just 2 seconds of footage and it's not the center piece of the video, I don't mind getting footage from emulated games. At least 2D games. N64 games don't look right emulated. A lot of them don't. Yoshi's Story doesn't emulate well at all. Oh, speaking of Yoshi's Story, I'm getting that game for free.
Are you?
Yeah. Do you know LukiGames.com?
Yes.
Yeah, apparently I had a bunch of Lukey points saved up, and you can pick from, like, the list of eligible games.
Okay.
And I had enough points for Yoshi Story, and they gave you free shipping.
Cool.
So I'm just going to get a free copy of Yoshi Story. I've been wanting to replay that since I was a kid, because I loved that as a kid, and I remember not liking it at a friend's house in junior high when I played it on Virtual Console. But now I'd like to have a copy of it and replay it, because I just remember
the only time I've ever really bought anything off of Lukey Games, I bought Mischief Maker.
Oh, yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean,
I always go to Lukey Games, because whenever I buy games, eBay's my first go. I search it on eBay, sort by lowest price first, and if I can't find a good price there, then I'll try Lukey Games, and not all the time, but sometimes they have a slightly better deal, and I can get it there instead. Again, with a lot of the Frogger games, I got them all from Lukey Games, because firstly, some of them are a little cheaper. If not, they're the same price, but you save on shipping because you're buying it all from one seller and you pay one shipping fee, instead of buying them all from individual random people and paying shipping on every single one.
On top of that, with eBay, like, people are trying to make as much profit off of it.
Some people do that,
There's quite a bit of people on there that will
overpricing stuff. I find overpricing stuff on Amazon's a much bigger problem than eBay. Too. Amazon's awful for buying used stuff. Amazon's only really good for buying, like, brand new stuff.
I've only bought, like, PC parts off of there.
I've only bought a handful of things on Amazon. I recently got Journey to the Savage Planet because I couldn't find it in store because it's such a
hidden gem.
It's a hidden gem. That's that's what you guys call it, EB, right? Yeah. Matt explained that to me. Matt's a guy who works EB Games, I know. But he told me that this is what they call a hidden gem. Yeah. And, hidden gem has a connotation in the world of video games already, but in the world of EB Games, that's what you guys call games you don't think you're going to get
lower produced, like not AAA studios in a sense.
This is a B game. It's a B game, So not full price, $39.99. Yeah.
Usually it's like the smaller games, like even the Mega Man
ZX collection.
Yeah, the ZX
Speaking of which, I got to pick that up today.
I have that at my work. I got to pick that up, but we were only allocated a certain amount, and we only had enough for the pre-orders.
It's funny. My receipt for Dreams, I bought Dreams, by the way. We'll talk about that later. Is this long? You know why?
Why?
Because when they didn't have any copies of Journey to the Savage Planet, you know why they didn't? Because I didn't pre-order it. Because they're at a point where, like, unless it's AAA games.
They won't have
Canada. I don't know if it's a thing in the U.S. Probably not as big. I find U.S. doesn't have these problems as much because the population's bigger. There's more people buying. Our population's way smaller. We have less stores. We have less inventory.
As well as living in the Maritimes, we only really have Walmart now.
Yeah. Oh, we live in the Maritimes, which is like the smaller provinces on the East Coast, and we barely. There's so little circulation of goods and stuff here. So sometimes it's hard to find stuff like I had to resort to Amazon, which I usually don't like. I like being able to go to a store and just get it. I have it the day it comes out. I don't like having to buy it on Amazon. Maybe it'll come the day. I mean, after it got burned with Metal Gear Solid 5, I bought the collector's edition and it came 10 days late. And I was so pumped for that game, waiting for it for years and years, and I couldn't play the day it came out because Amazon burned me. And since then, I just haven't. I'd rather go to the store and get it there.
Yeah, because you had the PS3 version.
I bought the PS3 version the day it came out because I didn't have it and I wanted to play it. And I didn't want to get two of the same games, so I bought the PS3 version. So I had both versions. And I just played it on PS4 when that came in. But since I was thinking, you know what? I'm just going to pre-order every single thing I might even be remotely interested in, even if I don't pick it up. And then Matt, who I was doing it with, he was like, that's a great idea because if you don't pick it up, someone else will.
That's
and we'll
literally what we go by.
Yeah.
It's like if you don't want it, you can just say no.
Yeah, exactly.
It's $0. You don't have to do nothing.
I pre-ordered because in I don't know if it's like this in the U.S., but in Canada, EB Games, you don't have to put money down on pre-orders. Yeah. So you can pre-order 20 things, and it's free to pre-order them. They're just going to get it. Your name's on it. You can pick it up if you want, or you can cancel it, and they'd still have it for someone else. So that's what I did. I pre-ordered like 20 things. He was like, there's this game called Biomutant, there's a collector's edition. I'm like, collector's edition of Biomutant? Yes! And I just interrupted him, and he goes, you sure? I'm like, yes, I don't care what it is, just pre-order it. And he's like, it's $400. And they don't know what's in it.
That's the thing, though. Like,
but I pre-ordered it,
there you go.
And I also pre-ordered the regular version. So I did that so the store is going to get that $400 collector's edition of Biomutant. That's another game I really want to play. Another B game that looks kind of cool that no one's going to really talk about as much. Biomutant, that's something I've been following for a while. but yeah, that collector edition is $400. I'm not gonna buy it. It's $400 fucking dollars. I don't give a shit. But they're gonna get it, and they're glad I pre-ordered it just so they can see what it is when it comes in. Yeah.
No, like literally, when I say something like, "Yo, you want to pre-order a collector's edition?" Even if you don't want the collector's edition because you seem like you're puzzled on it.
Yeah.
Just pre-order that,
just in case,
and then just get the regular edition. Because then you can choose.
Yeah, because if you don't, when you go in, you won't be able to. Because
someone will be looking for that.
Yeah.
People have been looking for the Fire Emblem 3 houses. We pre-ordered a bunch of them. Like our entire staff just pre-ordered a bunch.
Just so you could get them in.
I mean, I picked it up, knowing me, but like, I've done that for just about like anything I have like remote interest in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
so hot tip for you guys: if you're in a smaller state or province. And you find the game stores don't get stuff in all the time. If pre-ordering is free, just pre-order everything. You don't have to buy it. They'll just get it in case you want it. Yeah. That's what I'm just going to start doing. And I'm glad because I'm not going to get burned this way anymore. Because this has happened also with Yokai Watch 3.
I remember
I was thinking, hey, Matt was like, hey, do you want to pre-order Yokai Watch 3? I was like, nah. But when it came out, I was like, you know what? I do want it.
Yeah. It just
I couldn't find it anywhere because every store got 2 copies because people didn't pre-order it.
What was it? I pre-ordered A Hat in Time. I can't find that anywhere now on Switch.
Damn, yeah.
Like Ukulele, can't find it anywhere.
Yeah, Ukulele's gone.
That's why I did it.
It's only AAA games that keep printing. Yeah, of the Beat stuff, I guess they're just thinking we'll do a little run, just have it on shelves for a week, and then it'll just be digital. Yeah. So you gotta pre-order that stuff.
Because like. I was like, I'll pick up Super Bomberman. Like, even Super Bomberman, they discontinued that now, and it took me about a good month just to get the full thing.
Yeah. Because you had the cartridge only for a while.
I had the cartridge, and I was like, well, if I don't get the cartridge, I won't have the game at all. So I'll get the game, then I'll just order a printed sheet off of eBay, really. Didn't need to do that.
You could just take a gutted Switch case home, couldn't
you? I did that. Yeah, I have an extra case at home. Yeah. But when I went all the way up to New Glasgow, and there was a really like old looking mall. Like when I say old mall, it was like Penhorn style.
Oh, like classic Penhorn?
Yeah.
I'll put a picture just so people to paint the picture, like old 90s mall.
Yeah, we're talking like old 90s mall, like
80s, 90s
moving on into like the 2000s, because like you would go down one corridor, it smelled like burnt Tim Hortons bagels and a bunch of old mummies talking about friggin' politics and shit. I hate that. Yeah. I'll like the reason why I stay in bed till like 1 o'clock is so I don't have to go somewhere early in the afternoon or like lunchtime, because old people will be there either in the morning or lunch, and all I'll hear about is politics.
Yeah.
Or them complaining about the food servers not being fast enough.
That's what Brady calls like annoying boomers, by the way, mummies, because they're ancient. I love that.
Fucking mummies.
I was at Tim Hortons, and there's 2 old people, and they're just bitching to each other that she was just this old woman complaining that she hates her Visa card because she can't figure out how to use it, and her husband was trying to explain how it's really simple, and she just couldn't wrap her. Is like, come on, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's stupid. But like you smell burnt bagels and you hear politics, you know you're in an old ass mall.
When you say politics, I'm assuming a certain connotation, because I mean I talk about politics with my friends all the time, but
I'm talking about them just like bashing things over.
Like, I don't get why this is this way. Why can't they do it when I was young? It was so much better back. Like that kind of shit.
They're ruining it this way. I'm like, well, they're ruining it this way because they're trying to fix your problems from before. Like, so you deal with that. You walk further down the mall, you see the only place really the kids would want to go is either
the playground,
the Dying Source, those weird like rides that are like a quarter.
I'm assuming the Source is like the
like Radio Shack.
Yeah, Radio Shack.
Rogers.
Yeah, because it used to be Radio Shack, now it's the Source. Yeah.
So the Source would be there, and they would have like the middle mall like gotcha machines.
And
like the rides
the
with
central open area.
They had like the weird like little motor car that you put a quarter in,
and it goes up and it just
down.
Goes. I haven't seen those in so long.
But the thing was that made it like very distinctly like this was not officially licensed. They had a Pokemon poster and another Pokemon poster with like a list of like Pokemon from 1 to 150.
Oh my!
And I was like, they just plastered that on there to get kids' attention.
That's so.
They had a hurricane simulator. I finally tried one of those hurricane simulator machines.
Hurricane simulator.
Yeah. So these hurricane simulators are practically these these tubes you go in. Yeah. You pay $2, and they start blowing wind at you.
Oh, those things.
Yeah. And
those things.
Like, I used to be really hyped up about those as a kid. Because, like, you're small. You could get knocked on your ass by it, right? I went in there. The only thing that happened...
I like how your hair frizzed up right when you did that, too. That was perfect.
I was just like, okay, whatever, wind. That was a good $2.
It's not quite like that Willy Wonka scene where they're floating, like the expectation in your kid,
Yeah, so you walk further down, you go to another corridor of the mall. Smells like grease. It's A&W. Like, it's that orange neon, dimly lit area. A&W.
Yeah, you said the lights were all really dim because they're like old.
Yeah, it wasn't like Micmac Mall fluorescent. It wasn't like bright like that.
When I go into the mall, I'm at a point where like I visit the mall so rarely. I think it's also because where
you get a headache.
I get a headache. I think we're also in the winter where it's dark a lot of the time. But I go in and I just see all the bright fluorescent lights, and I get a headache the moment I go in the mall. Right now.
When it came to like places like Canadian Tire and like my junior high school. Me and my brother suffered from headaches all the time from that. My brother actually had to wear prescribed glasses back then.
I think it's fluorescent lights that do that. Yeah. Because fluorescent lights behave strangely. Like if you film with fluorescent light,
you'll see them like
on the camera will show up differently than your eye recognizes it. But it's because I think the light runs through the tube over and over, so it's a very like flicky light, but it's flicking so fast you can't tell it. You can't tell, but it is irritating your eyes in a way that a straight LED or tungsten bulb doesn't. And I think that's why, because it's all fluorescent light in the mall, and it just gives me a headache now. Yeah. I never used to, but I think it's because I'm not... I guess I used to work at the mall, so I was used to it, but now that I'm not, and it's also we're in the winter season, my eyes are adjusted to the dark most of the time, because it's always dark out. Yeah. It gets dark at like 5. I think that's also why.
I'm still working under the same lights that I was... pre-ordering PSP games under, so
God.
They don't bug me as much.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? It's because I'm always going to the mall when it's darker.
Yeah.
Because anytime I go to the mall like at 2 to get something, I actually don't think I get that headache. I think it's because it's like 7 p.m. It's dark out, and I go into this bright mall, and I think that's also part of the reason. But yeah, fluorescent lights can just be irritating. But I find.
Yeah, I got my Super Bomberman art case from that mall, and I came back home. And then I returned it at my work because I was just bought it for a friend. He already owns it. I just want to return it. It only came with the game.
You did that just to get
just so I could have the case.
God, that's skeevy. Yeah, my friend Dylan used to do that back in like junior high. If he bought a game he didn't like, every time he'd return it without the case, and get all his money back. So he had all these game cases.
What an ass.
I don't know why he did that. It's like, Dylan, you don't need these. You don't have the game. You just make it so the next person who buys it doesn't get the case. It's like, oh, I just want the case. You fucking weirdo. Why? I mean, he doesn't do that anymore. He did that in, like, junior high, but that was... I don't know.
Are we talking about Dillone?
Dillone's friend Dylan.
Okay.
Not my friend Dylan, but a friend of mine. So it's not that Dylan. I know a lot of Dylans.
Oh, yeah. Dill 2.
It's a Dylan you don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, like... I've only done like that as like greasy business, and I'm like, well, it's because I already bought the game, so I technically should just be deserving of a case.
Yeah, that's just how. Yeah. I think it's really stupid how EB Games and GameStop will charge the same for a caseless game than because like if you look at like EB Games or Luca Games. The shit that doesn't come with a case,
they discount it at like $5.
Yeah, they should do that because like. It's if I have the hassle of like not having a nice case for it, I can't tell what game it is on the shelf, or I have to get my own case for it. It should be cheaper. Yeah. If it's not coming with part of the package, it should be cheaper.
Like I mean, like I got Mario Galaxy 2 from what's his face at the last game store when they were closing.
Yeah.
I made my own case. I was just like, Mario Goes to Space 2. It's just like I'll know which one this is.
Yeah.
But yeah, what have you been doing for Nitro Rad, James?
Oh right. I was gonna talk about this, then you talked about your big journey to some shitty ball.
Well, no, we were talking about Journey to Savage Planet, which slowly
that got that. Yeah, we got so off. We're 24 minutes into this podcast.
Yeah, we don't need to worry. We
got so far off topic. Frogger, I put out. I started to put out that No Players Online video.
Yeah,
which did insanely well.
Yeah, it's a cool game. It's an interesting little thing.
I was so blown away because every time I do like a weirder offshoot kind of indie thing, it doesn't do nearly as well as the platformer stuff. Every time. And it's funny because I'll say like, I don't know why it's doing so well, and I get all these comments. Of course it's doing well. It's you, Nitro Rad. It's like I hate to fucking break it to you guys, but that ain't how this shit works. I put out a lot of stuff that doesn't do well. Remember when I put out
algorithm and shit?
Remember when I put out that video on Astrobot and no one fucking watched it, even though it was like my favorite video I ever made at the time? I hate to break it to you guys, but your replies be like, "It's Nitro Rad. Of course it'll do." It's like it's not how that shit works. Not everything I put in.
It's algorithm.
That's too. I appreciate your optimism. It's too much. No, this video did crazy well. I expected it to do really poorly. Because it was just a weird kind of side thing. Yeah. I found out the reason it did well. Did I tell you?
What was that?
Because Game Grumps played it and got nowhere in it. Same with Markiplier.
I know Markiplier
and Jacksepticeye. A bunch of popular LP guys.
So people are looking up stuff.
But they didn't figure out anything past the Konami code. So a lot of people were exposed to this game but didn't see how it ended. And a lot of people wanted to see how it ended. And my video explains the whole thing. Yeah. That's why it did so well, just by pure luck.
Speaking about the Konami code, the producer, the guy who introduced that, passed away.
I saw that literally half an hour ago when I was on the computer.
Yeah, he passed away, so condolences.
Anyways.
This isn't funny, James.
It's just the way, by the way, the guy who made that died. Condolences. Anyway, that's just... It's just so... I don't know why I found that so funny, just to completely... Yeah.
I'm trying to be serious here, and I'm like...
But the way I was just like... Condolences. Just build up to just that and just move on. I don't know.
Damn it. Last time I tried to be serious.
Such an inappropriate thing to laugh at. I'm sorry, but God, the timing of that was oddly funny to me for some reason. No, I did hear about that.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate thing.
That is an unfortunate thing, and yeah.
Yeah, no, you were showing off a bunch of stuff on that.
And that video did crazy well. My channel's popping this month. It was doing well last month because of Billy Hatcher, but it's doing even better this month. So anybody watching this, I just want to say thank you for watching the videos. My channel's doing well. I got a little extra cash this month because of it. Algorithms treat me well. I took the girl to dinner last week.
Did she eat though? Did she eat the dinner?
Yes, she ate the dinner.
Okay, that's the main thing you gotta get.
She ate all of the food that I bought
when we took out the dinner. The dinner was gone by the end of it.
Yeah. So usually that's the best case scenario. Yeah. Big hungry.
Yeah, you're big hungry.
A lot of that money.
Starved.
A lot of that money I just saved because this is the year I think I mentioned this before. I want to finally buy a house this year, and the channels do a little better than usual. Most of that money, all of the money that I get extra than normal, I just put in savings, and I just give myself the same amount as I usually get because I'm at that point. I'm 25, still with my parents. I gotta fucking do something about it. So I'm saving up my house, and I think this is really exciting for me because this is one of the first big steps where I'm starting to get enough money where I'm like this. You ever have that turning point? Well, I guess you're.
No, I don't because literally my entire life has been at a disadvantage.
Talking to the audience, if you ever have that moment and you just you're in your mid-20s and you realize, oh my God, I'm finally gonna make that transition to proper adulthood, having your own play, and I'm really excited. I think by the end of this year is the year. If I'm gonna do it, it took how long have I been doing Nitro Rad? A long time before I started seeing money.
You started in early 2013.
2014. Yeah. 2014 is when I started. But 6 years, and this shit sucks, man. I guess it's crazy that if I was working 6 years at any a still minimum wage job, I wouldn't have earned much. That's crazy that I'm able to earn more than minimum wage at fucking YouTube, but I think it just goes to show how little you really earn working minimum wage.
Very much so.
When I was earning minimum wage, I'd maybe pay my bills, buy some food, buy maybe one game that came out that I wanted, and then I'd have $0 again. Yeah, and I couldn't save money. Yeah. Any money I did save working retail, which is difficult, I spent all on film equipment to prepare for my actual career, which is filmmaking, and I'm just at a point where I just feel really satisfied with. I'm looking back on what I've done, how I worked to get here, and I'm really stoked about it. Yeah. I'm just at that. I feel like I'm finally getting somewhere with my life, and I'm really happy about it. Yeah. So again, thank you for watching my videos and making that possible. Yeah, and also for donating to Patreon, that helps too.
I woke up this morning, so I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah. I try to spend all of the Patreon money on stuff I need for the show.
Yeah.
Like, when I buy games to review, I'm using the Patreon money.
Yeah.
That or, like, and what I'll be doing this month.
Well, when you set, like, a project in motion where it's like Frogger,
yeah,
that's where everything's going, right? You want to cover as many things as possible. Right
now I'm looking into purchasing all the equipment I'll need for this year's April Fool's special. More on that next month when that's all done.
Right.
But, we gotta start talking about that when we're gonna film that. Because there's 2 days I need to film. The main part of it, and then the parody part for the review that I told you about. That needs to happen. How easy do you think it's gonna be able for you to get days off?
With the fact that, like, my hours have been cut back drastically because of the company's fuck-ups. Nothing against the company aside from that. I tend to have at least 2 days off every now and then, and I can see about swapping us.
Because also, if you could request days off, do you think that'd be possible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I know Robbie's going to be a March break because he's in college right now, and that'll be so we're gonna have to.
Because I know it's probably going to be sometime in April. I'm going to be going away.
Oh, I mean, this will be done before April happens. It'll be done by April 1st.
I'm talking about work schedule-wise, right? Because, I need to work a certain amount of time before I were to, say, like, leave. Yeah. Right? So.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that I am up and running for money when I come back.
I'll figure out when Robbie's March break is, and then we'll get a time frame of when we're going to start filming there. Just start
up a group chat with us. Right?
Oh, I'll start a group chat. Everyone because I need a lot of people for that one shot. The closer it gets, the more scared I get. I get really anxious and scared that I'm not going to be able to do it. And
last year, I was like stressing, being like, I don't know if I can have a day off.
Yeah.
Oh wow, my manager gave me a day off. Yeah. Okay, let's do this.
The pressure gets bigger and bigger every year because with each year, I feel people expect more and more from me, and I get more and more scared that I won't be able to do it. But like, I don't know. Sometimes you just got to put your fucking foot down. It's like it's not a matter of whether or not I can do it. It's not that people want me to do it. It's that I want to do it. I'm gonna fucking do what I want to do, and that's what I just gotta plow through it that way. Yeah. But I have a lot of written material for it. A lot of the planning stages are done. I'm in the prop stages where I'm purchasing costumes and props and building. There's a whole costume I have to build. Did I tell you about that?
No.
Remember when I built the Wally head?
Yeah.
I have to build the whole thing. I'm not going to say what it is, but I have to build a whole costume out of another hamster ball thing. I'm going to have to find another one of those, which I might do tonight. Because I'm picking up my girlfriend from work, and we're gonna be heading to her place. But she lives by a pet store that we're gonna visit on the way there. Like, even if I'm like,
I think I know where this is going.
Yeah, the blue guy.
The blue guy.
The blue guy.
Who's gonna be the blue guy? I'm gonna be.
It's funny because Tori, my girlfriend, is the smallest one, so
they're gonna fit into.
She wants to do it.
It's gonna be blue guy.
Yeah. She give me a little blue.
Fuck.
God bless her soul. I was so hesitant to even mention I had a girlfriend on the podcast because like I've been dating her since November. But last time word got out that I was dating someone, remember when people tracked down her Twitter and were harassing her?
Yeah, that's
fucking weird.
That's
and that's why I only mentioned it on the podcast. The podcast's fairly private. Not tons of people see it because it's just the Patreons. But like that's why I haven't mentioned on Twitter this time that I have a significant other again, because it's just like I don't want people to find her and then be like, hey, do you know when your boyfriend's gonna do a review on this game? And she's like, what the fuck? That's what happened last time. People have no personal space.
Well, see, that's the thing. If someone has a connection to like a popular figure, they'll try to see them as some kind of access point to speak to them.
It's exactly
like they've done that. They've done that with me.
They do that to you.
They've done that with your previous significant other. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
If they associate another human with a YouTuber, they'll see them as an accessory, and they'll see them as a lesser busy person, and they'll see that as an opportunity to learn more about the YouTuber they like by infiltrating these lesser people. It's manipulative and gross and invasive, and that's why I'm just, hey, keep it quiet that I got a GF again. Thanks, guys. Yeah. It's just difficult. I'm just sick of just dancing around the fact that I have a girlfriend again, that I'm trying to figure out ways to describe. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna have to ask you guys to. It's ridiculous. I shouldn't even have to feel anxious about this. Yeah. It's just that happened.
Hey guys, be on your best behavior.
In like 2017 or 2018 when I was dating someone or whatever, and I would it's ridiculous. Man, shit sucks. Having a lot of eyes on you is weird. When I was seeing the Sonic movie, some guy with a lot of hair came out of the bathroom and goes, "Hey, Rad, what's up?" And I was like,
first of all, never call me Rad.
Yeah, it's not, my name's James, but hey, guy, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. It's something you can get used to. And I am kind of comfortable with it, but there's certain things that...
You either approach them and be very, like, upfront about, like...
Yeah.
You knowing them. You don't dance around it like I think we've talked about this last podcast. We seen there was like an issue with like say like Ant Dude. Like he was just minding his own business and someone played his jingle.
And it's like imagine like walking around and then you hear your own theme song, someone played it off their phone, it's like, okay, well you just made me uncomfortable. I don't know who the fuck you are, thanks.
Yeah. Just like come up, say hi, be like you enjoy the videos, and then
it's a difficult thing that I mean the guy that I saw at the theater, he was cool.
Yeah,
it was just kind of weird that he just called me Rad and is like,
people just have some.
I don't know. It's approaches. Like I think the best fan interactions I've had is people kind of like timidly come up, was like, "Hey, not to bother you, but hey, you're from me," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I am, but thank you." But when someone's like, "Hey, Nitro Rad," like talk like they know, like being friendly, like they know me, is like. Hi, guy. I don't know. There's still that, but I know a lot of that is just me being an anxious, social, awkward dipshit. But I don't know. But yeah, the messaging my girlfriend thing is too far, and that's where I'm just gonna be like, okay, that's my private life. I'm not gonna mention my girlfriend anymore. Anyway, moving on from there. Frogger.
Yeah.
Got off topic again.
30 minutes into this, we still haven't gotten past
Frogger also did well. Someone's having a shower. Hope you can't hear that, but the Frogger video also did really well. That's I've been wanting to cover the Frogger series for a long time because again I grew up with Temple the Frog on Game Boy Advance and I remember liking that game, and it's really interesting seeing like how their first attempt at it didn't work out. The camera's too zoomed in, a lot of technical problems, it's a frustrating mess. I beat the second game recently. Again, I was going to start writing it today, but I'll start writing it tomorrow. That game is really interesting. It's very different direction. It's a linear game. The camera's much more zoomed out. I actually don't really like the controls as much. I find they're less snappy. But the level design's way better. The graphics are gorgeous for PS1. It's so colorful and detailed. And it's a charming as hell, fun game, the second one, and I'm liking it a lot. And there's a lot I have to say about it, and I can't wait to start digging into this one. And then the one after that is the really weird, like 3D platformer one that was like really bad with the bad character design. I can't wait to explore that too because it shows a process of them like trying to figure shit out. They figured it out. They try something else that doesn't work, and then they go. And then I like seeing that process. So I'm really happy I'm doing this. Though I'm probably going to be taking a little break from Frogger after Frogger 2. Because after I get that done, the rest of March is just the April Fool's videos. So there won't be any videos out in March after Frogger 2 until April Fool's is done. And then I wanted to do some Animal Crossing videos to celebrate the release of Animal Crossing. And I got to do that while it's hot. And you know how long I've been preparing for this Animal Crossing e-reader video. I got to do that. So I'm going to do a couple of Animal Crossing videos in April. I'll be doing one about Animal Crossing peripherals with a big focus on the e-reader. And then I'll be doing maybe one about the series in general, kind of, because Animal Crossing is a difficult series to review, but I think if I just kind of like Animal Crossing series, Nitro Rad is the video would be called, and it's just me kind of talking about my memories with that, how I played each one in order, how it started, how it ended, and how, my thoughts on the series in general. A lot of great moments that I remember from it, what I love about it, things I like about each individual game that they didn't keep on. Like in the DS one, there's this weird like side quest to get the Golden Axe, where you had to get a shell from Pascal, and he'd give you like a massage chair you had to bring to Tortimer, and then it's like there was like a trading side quest in the DS version that was an interesting weird thing they tried and never did again. And there's stuff to talk about from each, and there's all that stuff. I want to do a general video just talking about like, hey, this and that, and that's what I want to do, just those two videos. And then that'll work into a New Horizons kind of brief review. It won't be a traditional review, but it'll be like, I just want a video where I talk about Animal Crossing because that's a series I've played ever since I was a kid. It means a lot to me. I've spent so much time in that series. I love it to death, and I don't know if I could do a traditional review, so that's kind of a good way of celebrating that. I guess it'd be similar.
Retrospective?
It would be similar to my How Canadian TV Shaped Me video, where it's not really me reviewing the shows, just me going from show to show to show. Hey, remember this? I remember it because of this. I like this about it, and it made me this way. You know, that's what I'm thinking of doing for that. And I think that would be really great. Also, because I can just write it without playing them all, and then I get supplementary footage after, and it'd be kind of a quicker thing to do. A little bit of a passion project. Yeah, a little bit of a passion project, and I'm really excited to do that. Yeah. And then once I'm done those Animal Crossing videos in March, April. In April. March, April, May. May's next one. Yeah. Then May, I'll be going back to Frog. Yeah. So there'll be a little bit of variety around there, not just straight. And Frogger's a long series. Not just Frogger, but yeah. Those are my plans. This is what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing it, and it's pretty good. Hey, money. Hey, must pay the money. Oh my God, I gotta say that.
Oh my God.
I came out of Tim Hortons, and there's these two big burly buff motorcycle guys that just in the parking lot, and it's going fuck yeah, bud. Fuck yeah, bud. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. They were just doing that to each other, and I was like, what is this? And they're just blasting, if you want to come and take a ride with me, hey, must be the money! And they're just blasting that while going, fuck yeah, bud. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. And this high-pitched, I was like, what did I just walk out into?
Literally us as bikers, I guess.
Sorry, I'm sick. I'm still getting over just being sick. Yes, if we were bikers and we were just acting like idiots in public, which we do all the time, that would be us. It was us if we were just big dumb bikers. It was strange.
Our equivalent of the yeah bitch guy, bitch, on our way to New York.
Bitch. Did we explain yeah bitch on the podcast?
Yeah bitch.
How that was probably a year and a half ago.
Yeah, we've probably talked about this
just for people that don't know, explain yeah bitch because it's a good bit.
We were on our way to New York. And on our way there was this guy in the next cart over, in the doorway, and he was on his phone.
Oh, this was on the train.
Yeah, this was on the train, yeah. And I was sitting next to I think I was sitting by myself actually. Yeah. You were sitting next to.
I was sitting by Andrew, I think.
Andrew.
I don't remember.
And I was sitting with Jackson Silver, and so I look up by the door, and there's this guy on his phone, and he's just going, yeah bitch, yeah bitch, yeah bitch, yeah bitch, yeah bitch, yeah bitch.
That was the only thing he'd say.
And he just kept saying that, and then we pulled into the station, and then we got off, and I don't know where ya bitch went.
I don't know, but that's what we always go, ya bitch, ya bitch, ya bitch, ya bitch, just because we heard that guy. Yeah. Another one that kind of evolved into ya bud, ya bud, ya bud, ya bud,
ya bud,
and that's kind of our thing. Ya bud, ya bud, ya bud, ya bud, ya bud. I reply to people with that on Twitter, and it makes no sense when you type it out. And remember that one guy that thought I was kind of being rude or something? Yeah. He was like, hey, do you know if you'll do this? And I go, ya bud, ya bud, ya bud, ya bud. When he typed that out, he thought I was being sarcastic. I was like, no, that's just me being an idiot. Yeah. That's just me saying yes in a weird, dumb way. That's the problem with saying inside jokes to people that don't get it. Is
they just stand there and
what are you fucking saying, you weirdo? Ya bud, ya bud, ya bud, ya bud. Remember that guy in New York got pissed off at you for holding the door open for him?
I think.
You held a door open for a guy and he goes, you're not from around here, are you, bud?
Yeah. He's like,
you held the door open.
Yeah, he's like, you're not from around here, are you? I was like, Canada. He was like, huh. And just kept walking. Strange. I was like, I guess they just didn't know I was from New York.
Strange holding doors open for each other is not I think New York is, highly populated places a very non-confrontational culture. Because there's so many people, they just don't want to, they're all to themselves. So even those very small interactions holding a door open, they just avoid that. I know it's similar in Japan. I don't know how they are with holding door open.
Everyone just goes.
Here it's just common courtesy. Everyone kind of nods at each other. They hold the door open. A lot of non-verbal interaction.
Or just excuse me. Or,
I don't know. Maybe that's just because we live in a small area and people are more friendly. I don't know if that's.
We live on the coastlines.
Yeah, on the East Coast.
East Coast.
We live in the smallest...
excuse me and pardon me.
Yeah, we live in the second smallest province. Yeah. Nova Scotia is only second smallest to PEI, but that's just a tiny island. It's barely... It's one city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, but. Yeah, no.
Last podcast, we after we were done, we filmed some Granicore stuff, but
I still haven't
that's gonna be that's gonna be a later thing once we're out of the April Fool's area.
Yeah, because again, it's just April Fool's is it's stressing me out, and it's I'm getting scared. So I gotta put a lot of stuff on the back burner if I'm gonna focus on this. I think this is going to be the last year I do April Fool's because every year it's just been such a stressful, terrifying thing to me. And it's just getting too much, and I don't know, maybe I'll just do a regular episode, but I think this is going to be the last time I really hype up and be like, yeah, I'm going to do an April Fool's thing. I think in this one, I'll be like, thanks for watching. At the end, I'll be like, thanks for watching. This is going to be the last big one I do, at least for a while, because it's... But thank you for what, yada, yada, yada. Same with the Halloween stuff, because the Halloween stuff is too stressful, and it's getting...
When you holiday, specify stuff, you're on such a big crunch, right? And,
I got to stop crunching myself, because... In September and October, I didn't really hang out with people at all, and it was really stressful, and I was just doing it. And
when was the last time we had a voice chat?
Never, barely.
Yeah, like we.
I voice chatted with Michael the other day. Yeah. And anyway, this Halloween, I think I'm even going to start scaling back my Halloween specials because it's getting to a point where it's just too much work, and I'm working myself to the bone. But I mean, I still do want to cover entire series. So for this Halloween special, it's interesting because it works out anyway, because the series I want to cover is only 3 games.
Yeah.
I want to cover Echo Knight. And I want to do some other games too, so spanning across September and October, instead of doing like 8 videos, if I could do 4. Like normal, 4 or 5. And then I want to do Kuon, and I want to do the Echo Knight games, and then maybe another thing if I can work on. But yeah, those what I want.
Pace yourself and take it easy.
That's what I'm going to try and do. But yeah. Sorry if it sounds like I'm skipping out and start making videos less often, but it's just for like those bigger workloads I put on myself. I'm just going to try and take a break.
You're just one guy, dude.
It's one dude. I mean, at least like Fatal Frame was the last massive series I wanted to cover the whole thing. Like 6 games, I'll do in one season is a lot. I don't even know how I made that work. But, you know.
Yeah. So we've been... Yeah. What games have you been playing lately?
I've been playing Journey to the Savage Planet with Michael. It's very, very fun. And then, I guess we mentioned that. That's just a good co-op game. It's a B game. It's pretty funny. It's not amazing, but it's a great B-grade game. I like it. Yeah. It's just kind of a loot shooter, but with like the progression more closer to like Metroid Prime.
Yeah.
Like it's all upgrade based. It's like, oh, you can't go this way, but once you get the double jump, you can. Or once you get this kind of gun, you can. You know, it's a very upgrade focused, exploration driven. It's a lot more linear. It's not quite Metroidvania, not as sprawling, but there's a lot of hidden zones to go everywhere. It's a lot of fun to explore. Gorgeous environments too. And I also got Dreams. I've been playing Dreams a lot. Dreams is so freaking cool. That's the game made by the people that made Little Big Planet, where you can make pretty much literally anything.
Yeah.
It's insanely complicated making stuff, but I'm slowly learning it. What I like a lot about Dreams is even if like it's too overwhelming for you, you can actually everything everyone makes, like whether it's a character or a like even just like model of a fridge or a counter or anything. Say like, I'm making a kitchen, I don't feel like modeling a fridge. I'll type in fridge and I'll see every fridge every other user has ever modeled. Because when you start the game, you agree to an agreement. It says, do you want everything you make to automatically be uploaded for other players? Yes or no? I clicked yes, so everything I make other people can use in their games too. Yeah. And that's super cool. And why that's so helpful is because since programming stuff is so complicated, you can take their models, scope into it, and see how it's programmed.
Yeah.
And then I can like copy and paste that a little bit, or maybe go into it and kind of understand, oh, that's how you like do a run button, or that's how you make a jump or something like that, and then I'll... Yeah, and there are tutorials you can take, but I find the tutorials really, like, long, and you need a lot of patience. But I did the basic ones, I'm kind of learning things myself by taking apart other people's stuff. And it's really cool. It's kind of like the classic idea of, like, hey, I'm, like, 13 years old, and I got a radio. I'm going to take apart a radio to find out how it works. Yeah. It's just like that. And I've been playing a lot of really impressive stuff. There's some cool Sonic levels. There's some cool Metal Gear stuff.
That was cool.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive, some of the stuff that's making... I found, like, a really bad Gex remake. Donkey showed the same level I played in his video of Gex. It's, like... There's some stuff that's, like, not good, but it's... We're also
finally really gonna get that Punky Skunk game I've been dreaming about.
If you buy it, you could make a Punky Skunk game. You can make a 3D Punky Skunk platformer. Yeah. What if you envision what Punky Skunk could play like in 3D? Oh, yeah. You could do that. I'm making a Yuminiki fan game based on my own dreams, because I've always wanted to make a Yuminiki fan game based on my own dreams, but, like... I'm too dumb to learn how to do RPG Maker. I have no patience for that. But Dreams is like, I'm slowly doing it. I got like a couple of rooms so far. There's this one dream I have based off a time where I went in my backyard and there was a UFO and I was with my friend Daniel. And I went back in to grab my camera. When it came out, it was gone. And it was nighttime. And Daniel told me I was gone for hours. So while I don't have everything for my dreams, it's more so based on the settings of my dreams. So there's a part in where you can go outdoors, you see the UFO, you see my friend there. Right now it's Bob from Animal Crossing as a placeholder. I might just because I typed in Bob and I just got Bob from Animal Crossing, the cat, so I was like, sure, that'll be a placeholder. I might just leave that there, because I mean, they're dreams. I like Animal Crossing. I'm sure I've had Animal Crossing characters in my dreams, so sure, I'll put that there. But like the idea, you come out, you see the UFO, you go back in, you come back out, it's nighttime, the UFO's gone. Just stuff like that, kind of based on dreams I had. It doesn't have to follow them exactly, but I have a list of dreams I want to work in there somehow. I want to do effects. I'm gonna have to learn to program an inventory. I don't know how to do that, but I've played games where people have done that, so I know you can. So I'm gonna look it up and try and figure out how to do that. And I think over the course of the year, by the end of the year, I'm gonna have a Yuminiki fan game, and then I'll put that out and people can play it. And it's called Yume Nitro. Easy. Simple title. But they're going to add VR support. You'll be able to sculpt stuff in VR, but you'll also be able to make VR games. And I hope people will make like VR versions of Metroid Prime or something. That would be crazy cool. I'd love to see that. But
no, it's a cool little development kit in the disc.
It is. Cool. It's an amazing thing, and I really can't wait to see like that thing be out for longer and longer, and then there's more and more content being made, and that thing is absolutely mind blowing. It's incredible dreams, and it's so fitting. I'm making a Yuminiki fan game in a game called Dreams because it's a game about dreams. It's perfect. It's perfect. And that's what I've been playing in my spare time. Journey Savage Planet of Dreams. Other than that, I've just been suffering through Frogger 1 and then playing through Frogger 2. I still gotta play through the Dreamcast version of Frogger 2 because I want to mention how that has a Dreamcast version with better graphics and shit. So I still gotta mention that. That's what I've been playing. You said you were playing Dragon Quest
Builders 2. Enjoying that. Picked up the Yakuza collection.
I forgot.
I actually got that for free.
Really?
Yeah. No.
How do you keep getting games for free, bud?
So, you spend money to make money.
I do.
Yeah. So.
But it's funded by my Patreon.
Yeah. Mine's funded by my paycheck.
God.
So, what I did was when I bought Call of Duty's Special Edition, I got that for $30. It came with the night vision goggles.
Just a preface. EB Games has been getting rid of a lot of their old collector's editions, so they're just putting them out for $20. So you got a COD 4 from 2009, 2010 that came out.
No. This is Call of Duty now. This was the Modern Warfare game.
Oh, that also came with Modern
the reboot.
Night vision goggles. Okay.
Yeah, this is the Dark Edition of Modern Warfare.
I thought it was
just came out in October.
Okay, I thought it was an old collector's edition from COD 4.
No,
because that also came with Night vision goggles.
These ones are a little bit better.
Or was it Modern Warfare 2 that had one of them?
Either way, came with the night vision goggles. Came with everything in it.
Yeah, but either way, they're still trying to get rid of collector's editions, and they're marking them all down.
I traded the game in because I don't like.
So you bought Call of Duty for the goggles for $30 and traded the game back in,
and I got
that's awesome.
I think I got about $39 because there was a promotion going on for trade credit.
You did what I did with the Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. I kept the Amiibos and traded the game in for more than what I paid for it.
On top of that, the Resident Evil 2 game was $29 plus 30%.
With the statue and everything?
With the statue.
Oh my god!
I already had the regular edition, so I traded in the regular edition.
Wow.
So I brought those 2 games in, got like $60, put it towards Yakuza.
This is so exploitable. When I go to I'm going to the mall to pick up my girlfriend around 8 p.m.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk in EB Games and say, "Hey, y'all got any collector's editions that are $30?" I'm gonna ask because. Can you bring those night vision goggles when you come in? I've always wanted to try night vision goggles.
I was gonna hopefully bring them today, but I just didn't.
Yeah.
But that statue was really nice, and I really love
the Leon statue. I got it up there. You can see it.
I have the same one now, and I'm like
I paid full price for that thing because I was so stoked for that game.
Well, see, the thing is, I kept eyeing that, and then when I heard it was going on sale, I was like, I'm going to camp out for that, and I did.
Damn.
And my other coworker.
Oh, so the sales are probably all gone, huh?
Yeah. They had like the Jump Force edition. They had Days Gone's collector's edition. Soul Calibur.
It's so interesting how many collector's editions just don't sell. I remember when Dead Space 2 was new. I wanted to get it, and it was at this point the collector's edition was up for $39.99. The same at price as the game. So I just bought the collector's edition because they're trying to get rid of it, and I got the little laser gun model thing.
Yeah. It was Dead Space?
Dead Space 2, yeah.
It was like the butt gun.
The butt laser. Alex calls it the butt laser.
You know what? I actually have a picture of me because I didn't know where it was from.
This thing. Got it right here. Yeah. The plasma cutter.
That there. That was at a Valley Village.
This was at a Valley Village? Really?
Yeah, I took a picture of it. Here, let me try to see
like the little. You see like the little dots. It's cool. It's like a cool. It's just like a flashlight modeled after the plasma cutter from. This is a cool collector's thing. I like when they recreate.
I wish I picked that up.
Even if it's like not life size. This is a cool. And like the hand from. That's the best collector's edition when they just
I took a picture. Yeah, I literally seen it at Value Village. I was like, yo, I'm gonna.
You can't see it at all.
Fuck it.
Send it to me and I'll put it in.
Yeah. So like, I was like the butt gun or butt laser, and I was like, and it reflected into my eye.
Oh god, I see that.
So I was just like, cool.
I'm gonna play an old clip. There's this old clip of my friend Alex. You would know him from Granicore if you've watched Granicore. Alex, there's this old clip from like high school of him taking my camera and go, "It's the butt laser!" Ho ho ho! And that's just we've always called it the butt laser ever since then.
None can stand against the butt laser! Ho ho ho!
Oh, man, I wish I picked that up. Just be like, double butt laser!
Double butt laser! Oh god,
We'll see if it's still there.
We gotta work this into the Granilore, call it the butt laser.
Oh yeah, no, don't worry. That will be no problem at all.
Yeah. Well, we've talked for almost an hour now, and I think we should probably transition a little bit into questions. Were you transitioning? Is that what I was? Transitioning to questions? All right, let me get a refresh.
Sorry, I had to load my question, Brady.
So we got a good chunk of them.
It's good being King K. Rool.
There's a couple here that aren't real questions. Like this guy says, "Can you get some milk on the way home?" I'm just gonna go those ones. A purple friend asks, from the ones you've reviewed, which protagonist from an RPG Maker game is your favorite? Your personal favorite is Buddy. That's difficult, but... Oh, you know what? He's right here, buddy. I gotta go with my little friend Nico. I love Nico. He's just such a good character design. He's adorable, and I'm a sucker for adorable designs. That's why I like characters like Blinks and stuff. And the moment this went up on Fangamer, I pre-ordered it immediately. God, he's adorable. I love
he's
Nico.
nice.
He's one of my favorite protagonists. Yeah. He's so that one shot's so fucking charming and adorable. It is such a fantastic game. I'm really glad the thing ended up doing well too.
Yeah.
I think like Markiplier played it or something.
Yeah.
That was like a while ago. But I'm glad it did well enough for they can make merch out of it. I love Nico in one shot. I never went back and played that update they did. The what it was with the Solstice update or something like that. I really need to, but again, it's so hard to go back to old stuff I've already done because it's like there's so much stuff. Yeah. What about you? Do you got a favorite? I don't know. You're not much into those RPG Maker games like I am. But
we'll see. When I bring it up, it's just like
I got a Mogeko too.
What the fuck is Mogeko?
Mogeko Castle. It's one of the first games I reviewed on my channel. I reviewed it ages ago.
So when it comes to RPG Maker games, what was it? What was made in that? Wasn't
Yuminiki was made in it.
Yuminiki was Undertale RPG Maker?
That was Game Maker.
Game Maker.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't RPG Maker.
Like I'm not much of an RPG Maker guy.
I don't know if One Shot's remake was made in RPG Maker. Yeah. Oh, the battery's about to die. I'm gonna cut and replace the battery. Nico is my answer.
Yeah.
If there is a thought that got left hanging, apologize for not finishing it. I don't quite.
We thank the battery for that.
Yeah, blame the battery failing, but I just had to replace that. All right. Ginger Muggins says, "Do you boys know how to cook, and which homemade meals are your personal favorites?" I'm still trying to get out of the habit of just buying food all the time. I buy Tim Hortons more than I should. If I eat at home, I mean, I still live with my parents. My mom cooks dinner a lot. I do cook my own meals sometimes, but it's just like really simple stuff, like just simple chicken or simple making an egg, breakfast sandwich. I like breakfast sandwiches a lot. Breakfast sandwiches are the only thing I really know how to cook well now, so that's my answer. Breakfast sandwiches. What about you? You cook much? I want to try cooking more because it's one of those. The thing is, once I move out, I'll have to.
You'll have access to that. So when it comes to cooking, I used to make some awesome chicken fajitas. I used to love doing that. I love to cook steak. Steak's probably one of my favorite foods. Spaghetti dinner.
I know people love steak. I've never been much of a steak guy. Yeah, it's one thing some people don't know about me. I'm not huge on steak. I'll eat it, but I don't love steak.
Yeah, no, it really depends on how it's like marinated or if it's like seasoned. Yeah. So.
I mean, I've had steaks that are better than others, but even the best steak, I'm like, yeah that's good, but I'm not a steak
You're
fan.
not like a meat guy?
I'm more of a, I mean, I love like burgers, but like meat, for meat, I'm more seafood. Yeah. Like, if I'm getting like, not just like processed meat, I want to get fish. Oh, that's one thing I'm going to want to learn. I cooked salmon for the first time.
Did you?
Just bought it at Superstore. Okay. Me and my girlfriend cooked together, and that was actually quite simple to do, and that's something we're going to do more, cooking salmon. Salmon, haddock, I love seafood. Especially when you grow up in the Maritimes and there's big fisheries. Seafood. There's seafood everywhere in Nova Scotia because we have such a big fisheries industry because we're a cape surrounded by the ocean, right? I want to get big into cooking seafood. Yeah.
Be nice. Yeah.
All right, next question?
Yeah.
Okay, Travis... Oh, he says his last name is Eyeshide. Travis Eyeshide. Oh, thank you. But now we know.
Eyeshide.
I'm assuming that's like S-H-Y, like Shide. Eyeshide. Okay. Are you too excited for Final Fantasy VII at all? I'm 33, so I grew up with the original, and I'm pretty excited for it. And I'm pumped for Resident Evil Nemesis Remake 2. I never grew up with Final Fantasy VII. I played it in high school. I had not a big attachment to it. I'm going to borrow it from Brady when he's done with it, because Brady...
I freaking love that game.
Yeah, you love that game.
It's probably one of my favorite Final Fantasies. Second favorite one would be 15, I gotta say. That's...
15 is my second favorite, too. But I've only played... 6? I've only beat 1, 6, 7, and 15. I've only beat 4 of them, and I've only played like 2 more of them. But 6 is my favorite. 15 is my second favorite.
Yeah, I absolutely love Final Fantasy 7.
Every time a new trailer comes out, Brady's always messaging me about it.
Yeah,
you're pumped for that thing. Yeah.
I've been counting down the days, and when they pushed it back another month, I was like, fuck!
It's like so close yet so far. It's finally happening. Oh, further away. Come on,
It feels like you're like in one of those dreams where you're trying to like run up the steps and then you just keep tripping and falling and stuff.
Or like you keep trying to run to something. Like one
of the just keeps moving back.
That's actually something I want to put in my dreams. One of the earliest dreams I can remember having. I was so young. I know I was at my old house, and we moved when I was in grade primary. So I was 6 or younger, and I had a dream where I was in the back parking lot of a church I used to live by at my old house, and I was chasing a blanket around, and there was like post office boxes everywhere and there's like people in post office box costume. I don't know, just weird dream nonsense. And that's the earliest dream I can remember having. I'm going to put that in my Yuminiki fan game.
Yeah, no, like it's Final Fantasy VII's my favorite. I'm looking forward to it. I know that they're going to be splitting it up. However, they're fleshing out this entire city.
It looks like
that's what I'm very excited to see, because like I was always wondering, it's like what is in the other sectors of Midgar and things like that. So
and you're gonna fully it looks like they're not just remaking it. They're doing more with it.
They're fleshing out the universe.
Even if I don't care that much about it, I respect that a lot. And as for Nemesis, I'm not crazy excited for it like I was 2.
Yeah.
Because 2's that's the one I wanted to see remade. I love Leon. I love Raccoon City. 3, I don't care as much about. I'll still play it, and I'll see if it clicks with me. I probably will, because I like 2. I'm not expecting to like it as much as 2, but I'll get it, and I'll see what I think about it.
Yeah, if they're gonna go with that that gameplay like of 2, I think it's gonna do very well. I'm happy for the people who are really looking forward to 3. I'm still playing 2.
Yeah.
So I'm still trying to finish that, and then I'll look forward to trying that one out.
All right. Next question from Elliot Judd. Biggest guilty pleasure games? Oh, like a guilty pleasure game, like something that's not great, but you kind of play it even though it's kind of. I mean,
My Street was one of my guilty pleasures.
Really?
Yeah.
You played My Street?
Yeah, I grew up playing that.
What the? How have I never known that? I grew up with that game too.
I played My Street and Fur Fighters back then.
My older sister had a PS2 when I was a kid, and she had My Street and she had SSX3.
Yeah.
And that's how I played those two. And My Street was. It's not great. I want to review that game sometime. We have to do it together. I didn't know you played. You were with it too.
I played it.
It's such a weird game. Yeah, My Street's a weird thing. I'm looking at just games. Yeah. I mean, I always say
Yogi
Sonic
Bear on
06.
Super Nintendo was one of my guilty pleasures.
Really?
It was crappy 2D platform, but goddamn.
I know I always say Sonic 06, but I don't have much of an answer. Oh, let's just think of Jersey Devil. I'll say that one. There's an answer.
Devil messed me up.
That's a game I reviewed that objectively it's not super great, but I liked it a lot because there's a lot of stuff I like about it. So there's a guilty pleasure, Jersey Devil. I don't know if that counts. I don't know if that's... But there's one.
Accountable one.
It's interesting because I know objectively when I reviewed it, I had a lot to criticize about it. Yeah. But I remember that fondly. If I watch the review, it's different than what I remember, so I must have liked it a lot more than... That's what's interesting, is when I play something with a critical eye, I still remember it differently after I play it, and I still remember liking it more. That still happens. You know how you remember liking something more than it was? Yeah, I still get that, even though I'm playing it with a critical eye. And I'm glad that happens, because I can appreciate stuff even if it's not good. Yeah. I'm glad that I haven't lost that, because... It's a very, childish wonder kind of thing, and I'm glad I haven't outgrown that. Yeah. If something clicks with me, I'll remember it years later, and I'll remember liking it more than I actually did.
Yeah.
Mr. Awesome asks, favorite Animal Crossing villager? I said earlier Bob's always been my favorite. I like Punchy, too, and Teddy. Those are my 3 favorites. And I got amiibo cards of them all, so I'm going to get them all. New Horizons.
I know Rover is pretty much not a villager. No, he's but he's one of my favorite characters in general.
You never really played that much Animal Crossing.
I played the original, and I played a little bit of City Folk over at my cousin's, and a little bit of New Leaf, but because I missed the train.
You never really
on those ones because I just didn't have the money for the Animal Crossing games, but. New Horizons coming out, so I'm looking forward to that.
New Horizons, I've never been so excited for an Animal Crossing game, because when New Leaf was coming out, I didn't really know anyone who was getting it other than Robbie, and Robbie and I played a lot together, but then I made, that came out the year when I started being active online, and I made a lot of internet friends, like Jackson and Mark, and Mark and I actually became close friends. Mark's from Michigan, we became friends really close by playing Animal Crossing together. Yeah. And now all of those old internet friends I made, along with a lot of my IRL friends like you and Robbie, I know so many people getting New Horizons, and I'm going to have so many people to play with.
Yeah, I'm excited. I am too. I know Kai's getting it, mostly everyone in my talking group on Discord.
A lot of people from the Nitro Rad Discord. I'm definitely gonna maybe do some stuff on Discord, open my gate and get some people in there and get some recorded gameplay and have some fun. I don't know.
It'd be cool. I'd say I think it's Anka. Anka is.
Anka?
Yeah, she's like an Egyptian pharaoh cat.
That's also not a villager.
Is she seriously not?
Anka. Oh, Anka. She's an NPC. She comes to your town and tells your fortune.
Dang.
Villagers are the people that live in your town.
Yeah.
Like Bob, Punchy, Teddy.
I'll go with Punchy. I like Punchy's.
Yeah, I like the sleepy, kind of lazy looking cats. I like the cats a lot. Yeah. All right. And next question. MTRZ Gaming asks, if there were to be a new Rayman game, which I want it to be in the style of Origins and Legends, Rayman 1, or something along the lines of 2 and 3. 2 and 3. Firstly, because the 2D games already outnumber the 3D games, and I prefer 3D platformers over 2D platformers. I like them both, but I like the 3D ones more. And I think there's a lot more with the Rayman 3D stuff that you could do that hasn't been explored through Michel Ancel, because he didn't do Rayman 3, he only did 2. And I would love to see Michel Ancel tackle a 3D Rayman game himself. He said that after he's done Beyond Good and Evil 2, he might do Rayman 4, which I would assume a 3D one. So I think that's what they're going to do, and that's what I'm hoping they do. I don't know if you played much Rayman or have much of an opinion. But
Rayman. He is cool, and he has a lot of games that are Rayman 2.
He does have a lot of games that are Rayman 2, because that game's come out a lot of times and a lot of things.
I'd like a Rayman collection. I'd like the.
Can I just the Rayman HD collection? It's the 3DS version of Rayman 2, the DS version of Rayman 2, the N64 version. It's just every version of Rayman 2.
Rayman Too Many Collection.
That's a good name! That's good. The Rayman Too Many Collection. That's perfect. That's brilliant.
Ray Too Many.
There's a Granicore video, the Rayman Collection, but it's just every version of Rayman 2.
Oh my god.
There's a Granicore video. We gotta do that. Next question, we got Yocom asks, I saw on Twitter that you were making a game in dreams about your dreams. Do you think you can tell us some of the weird dreams that you had that you plan on implement in the game? Yes, I was talking about that earlier. I have some stuff written down. Recurring dream I would have. I used to live beside a daycare when I was younger, and if I ever had a dream where I was in that daycare, for some reason, every time, it was low gravity in there.
That's weird.
I don't know why. It was just a strange, recurring, nonsensical thing that I had in my dreams. So at some point, you will go to a daycare and there'll be low gravity.
Cool.
Because that's just what it was like in my dreams. I'm going to do that. I have some other stuff written down. Yes, I remember having recurring dreams where I'm stuck looking at the ground and I can't look up. And there's interesting things happening that I can't look at. I can hear them, but I can't look up. The one I most distinctly remember, I was in I was at my elementary school during recess, and something cool with the other kids was going on. I couldn't look up at it. And I'm going to have that in dreams, because you can do first-person stuff. So I'll have one where I'm stuck looking at the ground, and you just can't look up, and you'll have to find where to go on the ground. It'll be a small area, but I plan on doing that.
Were you able to move your joints and stuff?
I don't remember. I mean, dreams are really abstract. I just remember my neck being stuck in the ground, and I'm walking around like this, and I can't look up, and I'm trying to move my body.
And I to be honest, I would have just laid down.
I couldn't lay down. No. I didn't think to. It was just like
you don't think about that stuff in the moment.
Yeah. And again, the whole sequence where I saw the UFO and it disappeared. There's another nightmare I remember having where I was in a pawn shop and there's a black N64 cartridge on the bottom shelf, and the closer I reached for it, the scareder I got. And it made no sense. It was just like as if fear itself was just this like black Turok cartridge for no reason. So that'll be a thing. Like there'll be a black N64 cartridge on the bottom shelf, and like as you reach for it, like scary sounds will play or something like that. There's a lot of weird stuff I remember from my dreams like that. So there's a couple of examples, and I'm writing them down as I remember old dreams I've had, because I've always been able to remember a lot of my dreams. So as I remember stuff, I'm writing it down. But there's some examples. Jade Thornton asks, how do you like to decorate your house in Animal Crossing? I always get the cabin series of furniture. I love the cabin series like that. Wooden texture with like the nice red carpeting or whatever fabric on it. I like the way the cabin stuff looks. I guess you don't have much to answer that, but yeah.
I got what I could. Back in the old Animal Crossing days,
I always decorate one room with the cabin series. That's what I always do. Opa Pinga Style asks, Microsoft tells you they'll make Blinks 3 if you give them a $5 million investment. Sony tells you the same about Parappa 3. You win the lottery and get $8 million after buying a somewhat okay house to live in. What do you do with the remaining $3 million? I don't know where you live. You're only going to get an okay house for $5 million.
Explain your reasoning and why.
The thing is that leaves me with $3 million, which isn't enough to invest in either. So what I'm going to do with the remaining $3 million, I don't know. I can't do it. I'm assuming that I can still do one, and the kind of where the question wrong. I would prefer Blinks 3 over Parappa 3, if that's what the question is. I don't know. What I would do with the remaining $3 million, though, if that wasn't an option, I'd make a Hotel Dusk fan film.
Okay, all right. So
I'd buy a hotel for $1 million, and then I would just make a fan film.
First of all, why are they telling me I have to buy a $5 million house? Why can't I just buy a normal,
Why can't I buy a $500,000
house? I just want a small house I can live in.
That would be like an okay house, yeah.
Yeah. I just want a decently sized house where I'll have a small computer room, do my shit.
I mean, in Nova Scotia, cruddy homes are $100,000. Good homes are like $300,000, and anything above that, I think you're getting to the really nice stuff. I'm probably gonna get the shittier. Depends on how much I can afford, but yeah, I would. If I'm not gonna get an okay house for $5 million, I'm gonna get a brilliant home. Anyway, this question is really confusing, but I would pick.
I'd say I'd go for Blinks 3 if anything.
Blinks? Yeah, more than Parappa.
Because Parappa's cool, but
the gameplay's kind of simple. I think there's a lot more I'd like to see Blinks explore. Parappa, you know what a Parappa 3 is going to be.
Parappa's a rhythm game.
Yeah, it's going to be a rhythm game. Yeah.
Invested $3 million in a rhythm game. Could you imagine?
Yeah. All the money would have to go to licensing music like Guitar Hero. Yeah. But if it's original music, then you just go put it into making music.
I am Noah Nesbitt.
Noah Nesbitt. That sounds like a little gremlin name. I'm really sorry we're making fun of your name.
I'm making a Toy Story reference, if anything. Buzz, when he's like, I am Mrs. Nesbitt,
oh,
and he just goes nuts. That's what I'm doing.
I see. Noah Nesbitt asks, what is the least helpful kind of criticism you get, excluding racism about Brady? I mean, sometimes you just get really flat statements that don't tell you anything, like, I don't know, like, the video's not funny enough, or, like, you should tell more jokes, or, you know, just little minor, like, basic stuff.
Why didn't you mention,
that's
stylus
the
controls?
That's the biggest thing, is when people said when people criticize me for forgetting to mention arbitrary small details, like...
Or not needing to.
That I don't need to,
Yeah.
because it's my video. I chose what the focus of the topic should be. I decided what's important. I decide what I'm going to spend my time on. Yeah, I always get 100 comments being like, you never mentioned the 2-player mode, or you never mentioned this, or you never mentioned... It's like, I don't fucking care about any of that. None of that really contributes to the greater picture of this game I'm trying to cover. I don't know.
Neither does racist comments about me, but
that's the most worthless thing, is people nitpicking. You forgot this little thing, or you forgot to mention that in Billy Hatcher you can get this character in her name. It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. A little that's the most worthless kind of, if that is criticism, I guess. I don't know. It was interesting. Back in the day when I first started, I got a lot of criticism, and I actually listened to a lot of it, and that's kind of how I formed my direction of where I am now. I listened to a lot of constructive criticism in the early days, and it made me better. It is good. It is, listen to constructive criticism. It does help. Well, I mean,
if you don't take in consideration any kind of criticism, you become an egotistical asshole.
You do.
And you make a Yandere simulator game.
Oh, I hear. Yeah, I heard that guy is.
Yeah, no, like that. Yeah. Like, I don't know where you can get with that. Like,
there's just a lot of people that are like that. They can't
function without just getting praise in the end of the day.
Exactly.
It's
and
criticism helps you get praise.
I'm not looking for praise. I know there's thousands of people that like my videos. I already know that. So when I look at the comments and I see people giving me legitimate advice, I appreciate that. Or when I see people sharing their experiences too, and that's what I like. Yeah. You know, if I'm just seeing like blind praise. This goes back to what I was saying earlier. People are like, it's from you, of course it'll do well. It's like, I don't need that. I don't need... I appreciate your enthusiasm, and it feels really nice when people, you know, remind me that I make stuff
You're
that I
doing
like.
a good job.
But, like, you know, that stuff isn't... I don't need that 100% of the time, you know. It's I do like to see the occasional... You know, a little...
But the logistics about it, like, you gotta consider the actual logistics.
Yeah.
So, anyway. Noah Nesbitt, thank you.
Thank you for the question. Marcus asks, do you ever think about releasing gameplay commentary of playing the games you review on your main channel? It'd be too much work.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, I'm not talking when I'm playing games. I'm usually, and I usually play games quite slowly, or I'll replay stuff when I'm recording stuff. I'm like, oh, I need that, and I'll stop playing. I turn to mark it down, and the gameplay looks really, it wouldn't work. It would be too much work, and it would take so much time away from working on reviews.
It just make your channel unorganized.
And I don't see much. It's just something I'm not interested in doing either. I don't particularly enjoy, even when we filmed a Sonic review earlier, I was struggling so much because it was unscripted, and I'm fucking awful at just talking off the cuff. I need to write everything out and organize my thoughts, and we re-recorded that like 4 times. I kept being like, I can't do that, I gotta start over. As
well as the mic was half unplugged.
I did. We fucked that up too. No, it's just not something I'm interested in doing. I mean, we've been considering maybe eventually we'll do a Let's Play channel together, and like, if it was a side thing, if I could turn that into your full-time job and you could quit EB Games and make enough money doing that, then in that situation, then yes. But that's something that, I don't know, will happen.
You know what I find funny, though?
What do you find funny, though?
I wouldn't even want to quit my job at EB Games, just get less hours. Like, that's the thing. Like, I enjoy what I'm doing there. It's just... I'm not making enough money.
And the other thing is, a lot of people like will hire editors. I know Antude hires editors, but I don't know. I don't like the idea of someone that's not me editing my stuff, unless it was someone.
Well, you're doing it because you know what you want.
And I feel like if it would just I don't know. I don't know. I'm really weird like that. And like, and if we did it together and then you edited it, I would feel good about that. Yeah. But the other thing about, I don't understand getting other people to edit your videos. Like, Wait, so do you have to, like, take 5 hours to upload the gigabytes and gigabytes and gigabytes of footage to Dropbox?
Like you have
what
to
if they
send
need,
that.
What if they need 2 seconds of gameplay of Ocarina of Time? How are they going to get that? Are they going to get it from somewhere that I don't want them to get it from? Do I have to get it myself? There's just so much shit. It's like, I'd rather just do it all myself.
Yeah. I do find that most people... that have like hired editors aren't even just like reviewers, they're actual Let's Players. Like Markiplier has like 3 different editors for things, and like
it's crazy. Well, I guess they make a lot of
money for that,
but right now I'm really just comfortable editing my own stuff. Unless it was a Let's Play, then I'd get you to edit it, but even then we need the time for that.
The one thing I always like am like, yo, you got this amazing like setup is you're able to do your own thing without having to rely on anyone, because like you know what you're doing.
I like not having to rely on anybody but myself to get 100% of everything done.
You're independent.
Yeah, and that brings me like peace, I guess. Yeah. It's low stress when I know I don't have to rely on anything else. I can just do it at my own pace, and I don't know. Short answer is no.
Yeah.
Long answer is that. I don't know. Sorry if that's disappointing, but it's not something I ever see myself doing.
Yeah.
Petronius asks...
What?
I don't know. Hi, James. As I was trying to figure out where we were, and I was like, oh, that one. Okay. As somebody else making videos, I have a couple of questions for you about that sort of stuff. Any tips on what you use for cleaning up controllers or getting close-up shots? That's a good question. Okay, dude. Listen... worst mistake I ever made was like showing that Xbox controller before I cleaned it in that Dr. Muto video. I got so many comments that were disgusted. Or was it Dr. Muto Blinks? I don't know.
I thought it was Whiplash.
Oh, maybe it was Whiplash.
Yeah. It was around that PS2.
It was one of those Xbox videos. I mean, I use a microfiber cloth. You can get them. This is the same cloth I use for my lens, but I don't use the one. I don't want that touching my lens. But I have other microfiber cloths. Those are good for getting the dust out. Q-tips and toothpicks. You gotta scrape the stuff out of the cracks with toothpicks. Blow it away. Wipe it off. You need Q-tips, toothpicks, and microfiber cloths, and then spraying solution. That's what you need. Make those things look good if you're doing close-ups, or you'll regret it. I certainly do. And also, any recommendations for lighting? I don't have a room for those big light boxes, but I recall you've shown LED ones in the past. Yes, I actually have one right here I can show. These are Amaran panels. A-M-A-R-A-N. Amaran is the name of the
How much do they cost?
These range from like $200 to $500, depending on how good you get.
Yeah.
These things are awesome. So they're battery powered. You can plug 2 batteries in. It depends on. Do you get it with batteries? You get the ones that can change the color temperature. This is a basic one. Some of them have remote control. Yeah. This is one, no temperature, but it came with batteries. I don't have batteries here. You can also plug it in on or off, and then you have a dial to change the. These things are awesome. If you can get 3 of these and you can do 3-point lighting, that's all you need. But
you got 2-point going on right now.
Yeah, I got 2-point lighting. I have one there, one there. I didn't, because I usually set this one up on my bed right around here, way up, or like kind of like. You also don't want lights directly on you because it's too harsh. You want to diffuse it. If you have a white ceiling, that's a great way to diffuse it. If you got a blue ceiling or something, it's gonna make everything look kind of bluish. But if you got white ceiling, perfect way to diffuse it. Aim everything kind of at the ceiling a little bit. Get nice diffused lighting, because I mean the reason why the sun looks good is it's a million miles away and it's very bright. But if it was a weaker light closer, it'd look too harsh and it would look focused on one area, and you get those jarring harsh shadows. You gotta Amaran panels. Look these up. The main one I have, you can change the temperature from orange to blue, and I leave it somewhere in the middle. Yes, Aputure, Amaran Aputure. Yes, look into these.
Yeah, it would be called cold and hot, wouldn't it? Like the temperatures.
Temperature is it's the name of temperature. Yeah, it'd be cool, and then those are great. And one more. If there's certain brands and features, you can get the one with the remotes. But I mean, the ones without them are cheaper. You're probably gonna want at least one with a remote, so you can like change the brightness on it without having to go up and go back, and your main one, you're gonna want an expensive one for your main one that has the temperature and the remote features. That comes with batteries. The other two, spend what you want.
Investment.
Yeah, the secondary ones you can get cheaper ones that don't do as much. But yeah, Amaran Aputure panels are amazing. I think Mega 64 and Giant Bomb also used them for their podcasts, which I know Giant Bomb does. I've seen them.
Yeah.
I think Mega 64 does. And one more question from him. Been enjoying the videos lately, and always enjoy listening to the podcast. Take it easy, guys. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that, and thanks for your question. Hopefully that can help you, because I mean, there was a point in time where I didn't know how to do this shit, and then I went to film school, and they told me, and I know a lot of people don't have that opportunity, so the better I can help, the more people I can help, the better. One more question from Dylan Robinson. Have you heard of Puppet Combo / played their games? If not, I think their games would be something you'd love. Horror mixed with PS2 style retro graphics. Are those the people that made, like, the haunted demo disc game that you can buy? I know about that, and I've looked into that a little bit. Or not just Puppet Combo. Just confirming this is what it is. Let me search Google. DuckDuckGo doesn't always give me what I want. Puppet Combo! Yes, I have seen this. This stuff looks interesting. I've been considering buying all of the physical games. They look very novel. They look like it's a cool novelty. They don't. None of them look particularly fun or interesting in their own right. But it's the packaging, as they print these physical PS1 kind of looking or old style classic games.
Yeah.
There's a couple of people done those. Yeah, I've been considering maybe getting those and taking a look at it. Not a priority. Maybe I could do one video on Puppet Combo games in September for Halloween. Maybe I'll do that. But right now I'm a little too busy with other stuff. It looks interesting, but I don't know how interesting. I don't know if it looks like it's actually good. I know a lot of people. It's getting a lot of buzz. A lot of people are begging me to review those things, but I don't know. It's a definite maybe for now. Yeah, they look interesting, but I don't know if they look good. I'll put it that way. But it is something I am interested at least somewhat in exploring. So yeah maybe. And that is the last one. I'm going to refresh, see if we got any new ones. That's it. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for your podcast questions. Again, sorry I was a little late posting the Ask Us Your Questions. You reminded me when you got here, and then I'm sorry about my forgetful habits, but yeah, if you posted one after and we didn't catch it, apologies. Again, just post on the next one and then maybe we'll see it. But yeah, that's it for questions. If you have any closing thoughts, we can wrap this thing up. We didn't talk about the Sonic movie.
But a way you can check that out is our thoughts and...
Yes, right. Yeah, we're putting out a whole separate video on my main channel. Probably early March. I'll put that together. Just an unorganized thoughts discussion. It's probably going to be like 20 minutes long, just us talking about a Sonic movie. Keep an eye out for that. That'll probably come out after this podcast releases. So... spoilers... Well, not spoilers, but... yeah, we did like the movie. We thought it was good. I thought it was quite good, the Sonic movie. I liked it a lot. And
Before you watch...
Before you that guy, I love when he referenced that guy because I always see those thumbnails, but I never click on them. I don't know what those videos are, but I love those.
One of my first ever ones I seen was before you buy Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain.
Yes, that was the same one. That's the first one I saw.
That's the one I started seeing, and I was just like,
oh my god. Yeah. But
before you buy Breath of the Wild,
before you watch this podcast, dial in 99 cents for
Free Taco Tuesday.
Free Taco Tuesday. Get some snacks. I should just mention that we should tell them to get snacks before the podcast. Instead of the end. But yeah.
Yo, get snacks for next podcast.
Yeah, get snacks for next podcast. Bring some milk too. But yeah, thanks for watching the podcast, and that's it.
Have a good day.
Okay, I'm just ending. You go, and then it just ends.